It's been a little bit since I last did like an extreme budget challenge in The Sims, and so I thought that today we could try to build an entire house with only 10,000 simoleons. Except the catch is that it has to be at least 2 bedrooms and it has to be modern, which you all know I suck at and I find extremely difficult to do. I've got a feeling we're gonna be using a lot of debug with this one, but I've got us here on an empty lot in Oasis Springs. I've got a test sim and we have exactly 10K, and we're gonna try to build something. I think I'm gonna start off by placing all of the like necessary furniture. I usually do this when I try these budget challenges because I find it helps to at least know like how much I've got left over. I might also open up debug with the bb.show hidden objects cheat because, for example, Eco Lifestyle has a bunch of beds like these ones that might be a little bit sneaky but are also only 25 simoleons. So if we wanted to use one of these, we could seriously save some money. This is the other cheapest bed in the game. I don't really know if this is gonna fit with my vibes, but I'm gonna try it. And you know what? Maybe I could try and use 2. If we only have 2 bedrooms, but we can sleep 4 Sims, that would be pretty good. I don't really want to use the like broken appliances. I'm gonna try and use the regular ones, but we're gonna need at least 2 counters. Oh, these Eco Lifestyle couches are cheap. That's good to know. Even the big ones are kind of cheap. It's like 265. Okay, maybe I'll save that just for now. They also have cheap TVs. Okay, do you know what? I think this might be doable. I don't need to pull out like every item we're gonna use. I'll just leave those in the back for now, just so I've got them kind of saved, just in case. I would really like to have a second floor. I don't know how doable that is, because stairs are kind of expensive. I'm kind of thinking I might try and do like an interesting combination of platforms and regular roofs. Look, I am really obviously out of my element here, but I am trying. Are platforms free? Okay, they are. Good. I was gonna say, if I have to pay money for that, I'm gonna be upset. No, they're free. We're fine. I wonder if we could do it like this, and then we could have like the main bedroom upstairs, the kids' bedroom downstairs, and then like this bathroom, and then this could be like the living kitchen space. Now, we obviously can't really afford much, so we have to be kind of careful, but I think this could work. And before I actually start furnishing this build, really quickly, I want to tell you a little bit about our sponsor today, Casetify. A lot of you are familiar with our friends over at Casetify, but if you didn't know, Casetify is actually the world's most popular tech accessory brand, and they're really well known for their very beautiful and very protective phone cases. I've been using Casetify cases for years, and I really genuinely love them so much. I'm the kind of person that needs a very protective phone case because I do not trust myself with this very expensive piece of technology. And Casetify's new bounce case, for those of us that desire like extreme protection, it's powered by their new EcoShock impact absorption technology, and it provides up to 21 feet of drop protection. They suggested I try a drop test, so I'm gonna drop my phone on the hardwood floor and see what happens. I don't really know how to film this. Do I just like go for it? How is she? Oh, we're fine. But beyond being really protective, Casetify cases are also so cute, and they have so many design options. They literally have over 2,000 prints to choose from, and a lot of them are customizable. So basically, Casetify has something for everyone with their huge selection of print options, but also with their variety of different cases. Whether you want something a little bit more low profile or something more heavy duty, all of their cases are super sleek, super slim, and genuinely so beautiful. So if you're interested in checking out Casetify, you can go to casetify.com/lilsimsie to get 15% off your order. I'm gonna have that link down below for you. And thank you so much to Casetify for sponsoring today's video. I love you, and let's get back to building. Okay, so now we can get to work on this. I would really like to use a staircase, but the stairs are like really expensive. We definitely cannot have the underside of them. I feel like if we used one of the stairs that is maybe more open, 804? That feels like a little bit on the ridiculous side to me. These are kind of cheap, so maybe this will work. I kind of wanted to use like wood accents around the place. Maybe it could be like wood, black, and white sort of around everywhere. I'm realizing now that I don't know where to put the kitchen. I guess it could be on this wall, but that's where the door was gonna go. Okay, we'll figure it out. This is fine. I'm gonna use a lot of Eco Lifestyle, I think, because the Eco Lifestyle stuff is like reasonably priced, and it's also kind of interesting. It ties in like some metal and some wood, and there's like different shapes going on and stuff, so this should work. Oh god, okay, that's too pricey. This one's only 95, which is a little bit expensive, but I feel like is justifiable. I'm kind of making myself nervous here because we have like like 3,300 simoleons left, which is not so good. Also, you can like barely get into this bathroom, so that's no good. I think they can still go there, although I probably should test it. Come here. Oh, that's fine. Okay, actually, let's switch it around. So we have the fridge by the door, because that way it feels less blocked off back here. Maybe I could use this same window in the living space. There's not a lot of windows down here. There's not a lot of windows in general, but I feel like this is okay. I hate these appliances. Can it still be white? Or should I try to use the black? If I'm being honest, I don't think I've ever used the black swatch of those. It's like a little bit on the ugly side. I don't like love how it looks, but I guess I'm also not really sure what else I could do. Oh, you know what? I could probably try and sneak a computer upstairs somewhere. And I would really like to have a couch or like some sort of seating in this living space. So I'm gonna try. Maybe we look through like everything that comes with eco lifestyle. There's some kind of good furniture. Not really furniture that I would use in here, but there's some good stuff. Oh no. What did I just do? Oh, I deleted the bathroom. But like, this is kind of interesting. No, it's not interesting for our purposes though. We can go back to those original chairs that we had. Is there like a different swatch of this that's cooler? This is red instead of orange. I don't think I've ever used that red swatch before. Well, I don't really like love the color red, so that would be why, but this might honestly be kind of cool. We could have the red roof there and stuff. I really want to put a half wall here, but that's like a lot of money to use it on those walls. I just like how it looks like so much better, because if I don't have that there, it doesn't look like one continuous wall. I'd have to put like a separate texture or something, which might be doable, but I don't know. I just don't love it. So I'm gonna try it like this. We can definitely use like a regular texture on this part. And what color? I guess maybe like a gray half wall trim, because that's sort of similar to the color of this metal or something. Do I use this metal here as well? Or is that too much? I don't know. This is really different for me. In case you hadn't noticed, I don't typically build stuff of this style. For some reason, and I don't really know how to explain this, but for some reason this kind of feels like a spaceship. And today, friends, we are discovering why lilsimsie never builds modern houses. I actually have been doing a lot more modern stuff recently, but that doesn't mean that it's good. I don't hate this though. Like, part of me actually thinks it's kind of cool. Once we get some landscaping, it'll all kind of work a little bit better, I think. But now I've changed the color scheme, so I have to redo everything again. Should I go back to white? Oh, we can use these nice doors. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. No. What if I did red stairs? That's, that's really something is what it is. No, I can't. We could try and use some white in here. I hate this appliance. Maybe I should just make it white. We can give ourselves a sink. They have a counter to cook on. I will use this really nice red couch. Okay, if we like really wanted to save money, I could actually switch this out and have the bathroom be like really small, because that would give us a bunch of money back. If you do it like this, it is genuinely still functional. I'll show you. Although I think I might have left... Wait, I think I might have lost one of the lights. So let me try this again. Oh gosh, and look, this is actually cheaper than this shower was. But she can still take a shower here. She can still use the bathroom. She can still come in and out. It totally functions. I do think that I might have lost some money when I like let the game run because it depreciated a little. I'll revisit that later though. I think for now, I just want to go in and like try and furnish the rest of the place. I feel like I might be able to afford different beds. At least I personally would really like to have different beds. Oh my God, I need a trash can. Before I forget, let's place one of those somewhere. Oh, I really want to use these chairs, but the colors are kind of bad. Like, that does not match at all. I'm kind of wondering if I can fit a dining table here. I think if I scoot it like all the way underneath there, it won't work. I'm not sure that she's able to use it. Oh, I wonder if she is. Can you use this computer? No. Chat on the PC. Oh, maybe she can't. Do you want to write jokes? Okay, like fitness. Oh, I don't think she can. Unless if I have her sit there and then write. Oh, okay. So I think that means it does work just fine. So they should be able to eat there, which is really good. I might scoot this into the wall a little bit more just for like, you know, fear of it not working. I also need to give them a mirror. I realize now that I spent too much money. So I need to make sure I buy like a bed and stuff. Okay, I think the children may be going back to the original plan, and unfortunately so will the adults. They're getting the cheap bed. Is it like so weird to use this? I guess because that blocks like the light from the window, it probably is weird. Let's just go for something kind of plain. That's not really very plain, but I don't know. All of the glass fences are so expensive. Like this is 24 and this is 69. Should I put it up against the wall? I guess probably. This bed sucks. This is a sad bed. I also haven't bought any wallpaper, so I probably should do that. Oh no. I wonder if I only kind of put it under the stairs, if that's better, because that way it definitely works. Also, do I need to have a stair railing? Probably. It's not safe to not have a stair railing. The kids could have a cool wallpaper as an accent wall. That's kind of expensive, but I think it might be worth it. But then like in the bathroom, we should just do some cheap stuff like this. It still looks good, I think. We do have some really cool cheap plaster wallpaper from Eco Lifestyle that we can use, and we can just use like some kind of plain colors in most of the house. Oh no, 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 no. Should we try and like, ew, okay. The situation is bad upstairs. It's a bad situation up here. This bed is ugly. At least every wall is painted. That helps. How much is this house worth? $95.26. And we have 224 left. That means that the house is gonna be worth $97.50. Oh gosh. Okay, so we can actually give ourselves an extra 250. That's because it like depreciated in value when I went into live mode. So that really helps. The extra money really, really helps. I wonder if I could get a slightly different bed. These are worth 300. They're also ugly. So that's unfortunate. Okay, well, we could probably make these beds work. I guess I just don't feel like it fits like the modern vibe that we've got going on in here, but that's okay. It's fine. At least we can get like some extra colors. There's like an accent color now. Although I think I want to use this dresser up here in the bedroom, unless this might be a good opportunity to use some of the cheap stuff from Eco Lifestyle. Like this shelf, for example, makes it look like we have decorations and it's only 65 simoleons. Okay, and this bookshelf is only 25 simoleons. Can we pretend that that is like some sort of nightstand or something for the kids' room? We add in a toy. Okay, honestly, why do I feel like it would be better if it was smaller? This would also save us some money upstairs because we don't have to have this roof piece and the extra walls. They can't have a toy anymore, which kind of sucks, but like, I don't know. I'm going for a very, very cheap house. This thing's only 5 simoleons. I wonder if we could use one of these. Like, honestly, those little sunflowers are so cute. That kind of ties the colors together. Okay, my sim is really in the way right now. I'm trying to get some decor and you're standing in like the most inconvenient place. Let's put a plant there, maybe like another plant on this. All of the wall decorations are like probably way too expensive. This is really cheap, but I don't know if it like totally throws off the vibes. Like now it's added in yellow and there's no yellow in here. I like the color of the sunglasses and the color of the hair because that kind of matches. Maybe if we got like literally anything else slightly yellow, like if we had these little plants, do you think that that would figure it out? That's 130. Oh god, never mind. It would be cute, but I think it's too expensive. These are 100, but there's a little bit of yellow on them. I think that's probably too pricey as well. Wait, okay, maybe if we had this little tiny yellow rug. I mean, I don't love it. I don't love the shape of it. I feel like I want to like it, but the colors just aren't, they're not meshing well. It's already weird because we're trying to combine this like cool tone blue with the red. I think maybe adding a third color is too much. This would be perfect, but unfortunately it is 245 simoleons, which is way too much money. It's not worth it. I would way rather have like some sort of furniture upstairs. That's 200 as well? Why? It's a poster. Ugh. Okay, what about these fish? That's only 50. I'm kind of trying to stare at it to decide if I think it's okay or not. I don't hate it. I feel like it has kind of the right colors and it's a good price. Maybe we should use it. I hate this room, if I'm being honest. This is like too much. Should we try and do the gray instead? Maybe the gray is better. I wanted to use the red, but like it wasn't good. This is better. Okay, this end table's only 55, which is cheaper than all the rest. We could probably get a little plant or maybe like a lamp or something, but the plant is cheap. Maybe these sims like guitar or something. I was kind of wondering if there was any way that I could try and make a fake headboard. I would really, really like to have a headboard of some sort. That looks terrible. We need to have something that's on the wall that I can size up. Something kind of plain. Oh, this is not plain, and in fact, it is kind of expensive. But maybe that is like the cool, interesting shape that we need to like blend everything together. That leaves us with 25 simoleons. I bet I could give the kid like one toy. Here you go, kids. 20 simoleons. And it's yellow, so it kind of matches. And that leaves us with $5 and the rest of the outside to do. It is under 10K though, 9,995. I'm probably gonna put this trash can in the back just to kind of hide it and get it out of the way. And maybe some kind of interesting debug landscaping. Like, would it be cool to use a sort of funky tree. I never use these trees, so maybe it would be kind of interesting to try that for this house. I think I actually like the smaller one better. And then we can try some little bushes kind of there. I sort of originally envisioned that there would be like some sort of taller thing in the front here to make up for the fact that there's no windows there. Maybe I will use the big tree. But then here, I don't know. Is there anything from Eco Lifestyle that's good? Good and cheap, I should clarify. Is there anything from Eco Lifestyle that is good and cheap? Or better yet, free? Oh my. There's some stuff, but not really stuff that, you know, I'd want to use for this. Oh, these pipes are kind of cool. Do you think I could add those in just as like a fun extra thing? I kind of like that. Okay, this is probably like a severe waste of my time, but I just realized that there's these little tiny things. I'm wondering if I can use these little pieces and layer them all together to get that fake headboard that I wanted. I did really like the other ones. Like I liked how they looked, but I also like how these are free. In fact, I might like that these are free even more. So I might try this. For some reason, the color has changed halfway through. I think it has to do with the platform, which is upsetting. So now that I think about it, I'm not sure if I can do this. Go away. You're upsetting me. Yeah, there's not really a lot that we can work with. Oh, and some of this debug stuff like actually looks bad. Like these bushes look genuinely really weird. So while I would like love to use them, I am not really sure that I should. Unless, do you think I could try and make like a fake hedge fence with them or something? If I did it like that, maybe? At this point, I am really trying everything to see if I can justify putting this tree in the front of the house, just to, I don't know, fill it in. I don't like this. Hang on, let's try and throw in some terrain paint, see if we can like blend it all in a little bit better, make it seem less sad around here. Can I do it? Could I keep it how I had it before with the bushes like this? I kind of like it. I don't think it's bad. This is so out of my comfort zone. I am proud of the shape though. Like I think that this house is really functional in a very small amount of space. Oh dear, that's clipping, okay. And I do honestly think that it's really good for the price, especially compared to a lot of other like 10K build challenges I've done. I usually just go for like really generic suburban house. So this is kind of different and kind of fun. I think I'm gonna stick it on the gallery. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and it fits 4 Sims for under $10,000. I'd call that a win. So it's up if you want to download it. It does use a handful of packs, but not a ridiculous amount. Considering how small it is maybe is a little ridiculous, but I was trying to pick the cheap stuff, okay? I hope that you enjoyed this video. I love doing these sort of budget challenges, so I hope that you like them too. Thanks again to Casetify for sponsoring us today, and make sure you check out casetify.com/lilsimsie to get 15% off your order. I'm gonna have that link down below. And with that being said, I'm gonna end it right here, and I'll catch you all tomorrow, okay? Bye, everybody. You should be very proud of me for making a red house, by the way, because when I was a child, I was genuinely scared of the color red. I associated red with blood, so I was like terrified of the color. This is what they call growth.